In an era when the demon lord terrified humans, spreading corruption in the world, a girl carrying a baby and says she has to hide it, so that no one can find it. She says this child is a child of hope. Back to the main character, and his name is Akuto Sai. At that time he arrived in the capital of the kingdom, and in the meantime there is a girl looking for her grandmother. Sai finds her by chance and tries to help her. But her granddaughter, Junko Hattori, finds him and attacks him. Because she thought he was a thief, she hits him, but after clarifying the misunderstanding, she apologizes to him. After talking to him, we know it's the academy that Sai wants to go to. And we can tell from Sai's words that he is new in the academy. Hattori tells him, "The meaning of your admission to the academy is that you are very smart, because few people can pass the entrance exam." She also tells him that most of the people in the academy have a simple dream, and it is a fixed government job in the capital. But Sai tells her that this is not his goal, and he wants to change the world, and he seeks to be the high priest, who has the highest rank in the country. Hattori tells him that she is with him because she is from the Suharist family, which is responsible for protecting the empire. Hattori wants to live in a just world, now that people are making fun of justice. After Sai and Hattori see that they are compatible with each other, they decide to become friends. Hattori asks Sai to fulfill their friendship promise in the manner of her family. And if someone breaks the promise, their relationship will end and one will kill the other. After they arrived at the academy, Hattori introduced him to some places. She asks him to go see his class and then contact her. Sai goes to the infirmary to inquire about his class and meets a woman named Mitsuko Tori. She is a doctor and a gym trainer at the school. She takes Sai to a room with newly transferred students like him, and make them measure their strength by means of an artificial spirit called Yada. It is a spirit that can know a person's strength and future character. Everyone measures their strength and rejoices in it. Then comes Sai's turn, who thought he would become the high priest. But shock occurs when he replies Yada to him. He tells him that Sai's ability and character is the demon lord. Everyone freaked out when they heard this. Then the doctor takes him to his classroom, which is classroom 1A. It's the same class that Hattori is in. Because the news spread quickly, everyone knew that Sai was the demon lord. There is chaos and panic in the classroom, and the more Sai tries to calm the situation, the more he fails. Until Hattori got angry and thought he was a traitor and was playing with her. And she challenged him to a fight. She begins to fight with him, and Sai avoids all her strikes until she gets close to hitting him. But he grabbed her sword in his hand, and the place exploded from the intensity of the force. Then everyone goes to another place. Then Sai arrives at the dorm and meets a boy named Hiroshi Miwa. He tells him that he likes him very much, especially when he freaks out the whole class. After all this, Sai decides to apologize to Hattori for embarrassing her in class. He makes Hiroshi drive him to her dorm. He tells Sai not to enter through the front door because everyone will be afraid of him, and it's better to go through the window. Sai climbs up and instead of apologizing to her, he embarrasses her even more. She runs after him, and in that pursuit, Sai meets a girl who tells him that she is the protector of the school. But before she can finish her words, Hattori comes and attacks him, but that girl protects him. Sai makes use of his power, and blocks Hattori's blow. Another girl appears and tells him that she is also being watched, and her name is Korone. Then we know that this observation is not a human being, but rather a Yada. Then she treats Hattori and tells Sai that she will investigate him. And when the other girl hears the word investigation, she runs away. We know that her name is Kina Soga. And when they go to the school principal, we know that he was the one who appointed Korone to monitor Sai, and she will continue to watch him. Then we know that what Sai does whenever he uses his power is manipulate the mana in the air. Then the doctor gives him his student handbook, through which he can talk to any protagonist by telepathy. And then Sai goes to sleep after a long day, but he finds Korone is still watching him. She says to him, "Ask me anything to do." He replies to her that he will sleep for the academy tomorrow, so he asks her to sleep too. And on the second day, while going to the academy, Sai meets the head of the girls' dorm, who is called Fujiko Ito. She tells him that she feels awful the day he passed yesterday, and that if he encounters any problem, he should talk to her. Sai thanks her. Time passes and the students are afraid of Sai, and Korone keeps an eye on him. Even when he entered the boys' bathroom, Korone entered with him. Then Ito telepathically tells her that he wants to reconcile with Hattori, but does not want to meet her so as not to embarrass her again. Ito asks him to meet with Sai, but his watchman must leave. He tells her that it is impossible for her to leave no matter what she does. Sai takes Kuroni to a far place so that he can evade her. But a big demon dog attacks them. Kurona shot him, but the bullet did not affect him. Sai pushes her away to save her. Then she comes with another weapon, and when she was about to hit the dog, Sai stops her and draws the mana inside the dog. And he brought the dog back to normal. And he made Kuroni sleep. Then Ito came and said she would make Sai reconcile with Hattori. But she gave him something as a backup to use if Hattori didn't forgive him. And she gave him a weapon and told him to hit himself with it once and the person who wants to forgive him once. Then Ito walks. Then Sai wakes up Kuroni. Then we see a light running after the dog. And when Sai went after the dog, he knew that this hairpin had seen it somewhere before. Then flashback occurs. Sai is the one who gave this pin to Sukakina. And then he's gone. But who is that girl? We go back to the present and the light that was running behind it was Sukakina. It suddenly appeared. Then we go to Ito and find her talking to Hattori. She tells her that it was Sai who forced her to talk to her because he would do bad things if she didn't talk to him. And she says if you don't want to meet him, I will apologize to him for you. She tells her that she is going to meet him. But then we know that Ito is the most evil of them. And for some strange reason, she keeps her brother's brain. She tells her that she will win without doing anything. Her brother asks her about her current goal. She says that soon the demon lord will become my slave. And again we go to flashback. But later when she was young and playing with her brother. But then he dies because he was weak. Ito decides to become strong. And back to the present. I called Ito Sai and told him that she had arranged the interview with Hattori. They will meet on the 3rd floor of the school. Then Sai goes to the police discipline club, which Ito told him about. We know at this time that the chairperson of the board is called Lily Shiraishi. The vice chair of the board is Michi Otaki. The treasurer is called Kana Kamiyama. And the secretary is called Arnul. They tell Sai that they heard about it from Ito. They ask him if he wants to join the discipline club. He told them that he had heard that the position was currently vacant. If it is possible for him to join, he will agree. After that, Sai turns off Kurono again and goes to meet Hattori. While he was going, someone hit him from behind and a group of people laughed and said, "Is this what they call the king of demons?" But Sai stands up and beats them so badly. They bring his roommate, Hiroshi, who is beaten. Their leader attacks him with his chain. But Sai stops her with his eyes. He grabs it and throws it against the wall. Suddenly Sai turns from bully to cute when Hattori comes, who told him that he is bad and that he is trying to control humans with violence. Then you throw a smoke bomb and it disappears. But before it disappears, she tells him that she will enter into a fight with him. So the fight comes and Hattori comes with a group of people and attacks him. Sai tries to convince her, but she doesn't understand and doesn't want to listen. Until that girl Sukakina appears and tells her that Sai is telling the truth. And that is his nature. Then Hattori admits her mistake and stands by Sai to fight the people she brought. They didn't even fight them, but Kuroni came and detonated an ice cannon to cool their nerves. Then Kurun, Swakina, and Sai sit in a room and analyze the pills Ito gave to Sai. And they found out that it was black magic, which takes it and falls in love with its owner. This was Ito's goal. But the magic turned against the magician. What will happen in the upcoming events, you see? Wait for us in the next episodes.